Welcome to the short introductory video about our Interfaith Health Science Center Zoom Sanctuary Inspirational Gatherings. The next is on the 28th of December, noon, Winnipeg time. In our gatherings, all are welcome. We're all equals here. Everyone is free to suggest any changes that will make this a more fruitful gathering, or to take over arranging all or part of any session. Within each gathering, there is a moment to get to know each other, what we're each here for, praying for, what inspirational thought, song, quote have we brought, what's in our hearts to share. Bahai said, consort with the followers of all religions in a spirit of friendliness and fellowship. Said Mrs. Warren, who is at an Interfaith World Council of Churches, Religions gathering. So that's what we tried to do. Lakota culture, Lakota legends. The legend of Devil's Tower, the Toten Lakota were great travelers. Their journeys covered much of North America. They knew the location of salt deposits. They knew where to find pigments for their paints. They made journeys to the northern woods to gather the sweet juices of the maple tree. They lived by the hunt, so they followed the grazing herds of buffalo. From early spring to autumn, they gathered fruit and edible vegetables. In our gathering, we're going to read about the legend of the Devil's Towers. Honoring all the children that did not come home, verily with exceeding joy, with heart and soul, do these oppressed of thine offer themselves up for all mankind in every land. Thou seest them, O my Lord, weeping over the tears thy people shed, mourning the grief of thy children, condoling with humankind, suffering because of the calamities that beset all the denizens of the earth. Interfaith, multi-faith, why the difference? The fifth of the sixth type of interfaith dialogue is spiritual dialogue, and is concerned with the deepening spiritual life through interfaith encounter. This type of dialogue does not struggle with theological problems between religious communities, but rather focuses on shared experiences as a means of developing spirituality. Examples of this are participation in joint worship experiences and the common celebration of religious festivals and World Religion Day by different faiths. The dialogue about murdered and missing Aboriginal women is important if we are to build a community we all feel we belong in. It is a hard discussion and a difficult one, even traumatic to hear. Our Aboriginal sisters have had to go through this trauma. We can learn how they deal with being traumatized and can draw on their strength. If it is too much to bear, you can mute everything for the duration of the next slide. Norma Jacobs Guyoko. Now, we are breaking the bond and speaking about our truths. Even as we are surrounded by our abusers and violators of our sacredness. It is possible to rebuild and restructure and restore our ceremonies and language. It is our blood memory. Our creation started with prayer and ceremony, guided by the Sacred Council. The Grand Council of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy provided us with bundles of values and principles so that we may experience this human journey with dignity and integrity. Elimination of prejudice. Acceptance of the oneness of humanity demands that prejudice, whether racial, religious, or gender-related, must be totally eliminated. Misconceptions and prejudices that consider one group of people as superior to another are a major contributor to humanity's present afflictions. Prejudice is a false perception or preconception of other based on ignorance, blinding us to the fact that every person is essentially a spiritual being with unique talents and capacities, a mind rich in gems of inestimable value. Forging strong relationships with people from all walks of life is the antidote to the corrosive disease of prejudice. Search diligently for the truth and make all men your friends, said Abdu'l-Baha. Do Black Lives Matter? Most certainly, for they are the pupil of the eye of humanity. Testimonies, confirmations. How is God showing up in your life? O ye servants of the Blessed Beauty, it is clear that in this day, confirmations from the unseen world are encompassing all those who deliver the divine message. Should the work of teaching lapse, these confirmations would be entirely cut off, since it is impossible for the loved ones of God to receive assistance unless they teach. Purge thou mine ear, O my Lord, that I may hearken unto the verses sent down unto thee, and illuminate my heart with the light of thy knowledge. Loose my tongue, that it may make mention of thee, and sing thy praise by thy might. O my God, my soul is wedded to none besides thee, and my heart seeketh none except thine own self. No God is there besides thee, the all-glorious, the great giver, the forgiving, the compassionate. Make a list of your friends and invite them to this devotional, or a devotional you begin. It is a gift from you to them. The devotional you begin can be as simple as phoning a friend and sharing a prayer with them. They may be sick and need a healing prayer, struggling and need to share is there any remover of difficulties prayer. It is a gift from you to them. Can begin with, before we hang up, would you like to share a prayer? I'm feeling. I hope you're able to join us, or you're able to start your own devotional gathering. Have a good week. Take good care.